SmartRequest AI is our client intake tool. It's a dynamic questionnaire and document request list that lives inside SmartVault, inside the client portal. And it allows you to request specific information and documentation from your clients, and it gives your clients a way to digitally fill out the questionnaire and upload documents, again, all within their existing client portal, going back to the consolidation of dispersed systems, right? So I'll give you a quick walkthrough of the flow here. To send out to one of your clients, it's really simple. You send it out straight from SmartVault, either in bulk or one by one, whatever fits your flow best. And as you'll be setting up those automated reminders for your clients, so that your follow-up and tracking down of clients can be fully automated. But once you send it out, your client will receive an email, the link in that email. The client's going to notice a couple of things here. The first is there's 3 sections at the top. We have basic info, income, and deductions. I guess we have another section here as well, which I'll get to in a second. But you'll also notice that a lot of these fields are pre-populated for me before I've even touched it as the client. This is because our AI tool that we built within SmartVault is extracting information from the previous year's tax return. We're saving that information, and we're basically populating it onto this questionnaire for the client. So essentially what they're doing is they're just reviewing all this information, making any updates relevant to this year, and then uploading the documents that are relevant to their income and deduction situation. So as I go through basic info, you'll see, marital status, filing status, spouse information, mailing address, dependent information if they had any. If they had a new kiddo this year, maybe that's something that changed from last year. They absolutely have the ability to make any updates or remove any dependents that they don't have anymore. Then I get to income. Same concept as before. We are pre-checking these income sources based on last year's tax return. If anything's changed, I can go in here and make updates. But let's say, and you can see the income sources here, but let's say I had W-2 income, I had dividend income, and then I had a rental, which I think is on the second page right here. So you can see, retirement distributions, I have rental checked off. And you can see the other income sources as well, K-1s, jury duty, alimony, gambling, etc. But again, we have W-2 checked off, we have 1099, and we have a rental property. So based on what is selected, right, as the client, I'm reviewing it and adding anything new, I'm going to be prompted to upload documentation and answer questions relevant to those income sources. So it's saying, hey, Josh, you said you had a W-2, upload your W-2 or W-2s here. You said you had dividend income, use this section to upload your DIVs right here. And then as a lot of you can probably imagine for the rental property, this is one of those income situations where you're probably asking your clients for a lot more information than just a simple document upload. We've actually built that straight into the questionnaire as well. So depending on how complex the income source is, we're going to ask questions and request documents relevant specifically to that income source. So for rental, we'll ask them for the address, what type of property was it, if it was purchased or sold this year, personal use days. If they did have a profit or loss statement, prompt them to upload it, input costs associated to their rental. If they had mortgage interest for the property, they can upload their 1098. It's going to get pretty granular, again, based on what is selected. We're not going to ask your clients for anything that's not selected, though. So the idea of this is trying to make the questionnaire as short as possible for your clients, only prompting them to do what's relevant to them. Popping over into deductions, again, it acts the exact same way as income. Pre-check based on last year's return, but the taxpayer can make any updates that are relevant as well. In this case, I have non-cash donations, retirement contributions, and then also HSA contributions. So again, prompting the client with specific questions or just simple document uploads based on the deduction type. So we have non-cash donations, retirement deductions, if they have that 5498, prompting them to upload it, asking them what type of account it was, and then on the HSA, upload that SA, the 5498 SA, right? So that's income deductions. Moving on, we will also be asking for quarterly estimated payments for both federal, as you can see here, and state, where they can specify the state and the amount paid per quarter, along with those miscellaneous questions that you typically see in the organizer, if you all send out organizers. Did you make any gifts, or did you receive any gifts or make any gifts over a certain threshold? Cryptocurrency, foreign assets or income, things like that. Getting to the end of the questionnaire here a little bit, we'll also ask your clients how they want their tax refund, either direct deposit or apply to next year. If they do select direct deposit, they can put in their bank information or they can upload a voided check. And then just the last page of this questionnaire here on the other section that I referenced earlier, it is any sort of custom question that you want to input into this questionnaire. You can add it to the end right here. So a lot of our firms are using this section to ask their clients about any like state or local nuanced questions that maybe our questionnaire doesn't by default ask, or literally anything else that's more specific to your firm. So you have the flexibility to do that. Okay, once I'm done, I will click submit as the client and I can move on with my life. Hopefully it's evident that we are making it really easy for your clients to know what documents to upload. We're not just asking them to fill in information into boxes, and we're not asking any questions that you wouldn't have already asked your clients in the past. I should note that as clients are uploading these documents, they are automatically saved to the client's folder within SmartVault. So you don't need to manually move documents around. They'll automatically be fed to the client's vault for you. And as the firm users, you all will get an email that says, hey, just kind of the same flow that Fritz explained earlier. Hey, this client submitted their smart request, and you'll be prompted to review it within SmartVault. So when reviewing it, if I go back to a completed one here in my dashboard, when completed, you can see at a high level the documents that were uploaded here, what type of documents they were, and you can click into the questionnaire to get a deeper look as well. If you notice anything is off, right? Maybe they forgot to upload a document, or maybe they forgot to input information, maybe in this dependent section right here. You have the ability to communicate with your client directly from this questionnaire. So you can use that send back to taxpayer option that I just clicked on. You can enter a custom message prompting your client to upload or input something, update whatever the case is. That, hey, you forgot XYZ, whatever the case is. You can send it to them and it'll prompt your client to make those updates and then resubmit the questionnaire back to you so that you always have up-to-date information. Let's say everything looks good though, and we will go ahead and click this magical button in the top right called Generate Workpaper. And what essentially this button is going to do is it is going to create two documents for you. The first document is a compilation of all the source documents uploaded through the questionnaire into one PDF. It comes bookmarked as well, so it allows you to quickly view documents and gather information so that you can just start putting that data into the tax software and actually prep the return. That way you don't have 50 different files open just to start prepping the return. All that is consolidated into one place for you. The other document is a PDF of the questionnaire side of things, and it's also bookmarked. So again, you can quickly navigate to the section of the questionnaire that you need to and get the information quickly so you can get on to prepping the return faster.